Here are the Auto Express hot picks from this year's Los Angeles Motor Show.
Star of the LA Motor Show 2016, well, quite possibly this is the long-awaited Alfa Romeo Stelvio, a sensational looking SUV. Somebody recently told me SUVs can't be made to look beautiful, can they? Here's your answer, yes it can. It's named after that wonderful road in the Italian Alps with all those hairpins, a Stelvio Pass, but this car is a real rival for the likes of the Jaguar F-Pace and Porsche Macan. In fact, I think these guys have probably looked at the Porsche. It's exactly the same size, just a little bit wider. This is the Quadrifoglio version, which is the hot one, developed with a little bit of help from their friends in Ferrari. It has a 2.9 litre twin-turbo V6 under the body, 503 brake horsepower, four-wheel drive. This car is said to go around the Nürburgring faster than any other SUV, and you can believe it. Now, you probably had a good look around the outside. We're going to do something which we shouldn't really do. Come over here, we'll have a look inside too. Okay, don't tell anyone we're in here, we might get chucked off any second, but this is where Alfa really has to make a difference on quality. This is a rival for Porsche and Jaguar, and those cars really are top-notch. Initial look, well, nice bit of leather and stitching across the top. There's the obligatory big touchscreen system. In fact, it's probably not touchscreen because there's a controller down there. Driving position looks spot on. Decent space in the back, okay, and a decent sized boot by the looks of things. This car is really going to compete. If you want one about this time next year, probably by the time it reaches the UK, price-wise, you're talking very, very similar to the Porsche Macan, so around £35,000. Get your money down fast. I'm tempted. This is my favourite car at the LA Motor Show 2016. It's the new Jaguar I-Pace concept. Although frankly, you can forget about the concept tag because this car is going on sale pretty much unchanged in 2018. And Jaguar have told me they want this to be the first of a whole new load of Tesla fighters. We know Audi and Mercedes are planning it, Jaguar will be first. So, let's have a look at the I-Pace. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. It's a cab-forward design, as they say, so that liberates a lot more space inside. And for the first time, we've got haunches at the front of a Jaguar, reminiscent of the CX-75 concept car. A new interpretation of Jaguar's traditional face with a very upright grille. You'll see a bit more of this in Jaguars to come. And then there's the electric power pack. Batteries that are loaded into a new chassis, and they all sit between the two axles for a lower centre of gravity, 120 millimetres lower than the F-Pace. Although this is quite a heavy car, we hear rumours of about 2.1 tonnes, it's still got plenty of performance. 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds, yet it will still go over 300 miles on a full charge. Price-wise, well, a bit early to say, but we reckon around £55,000, which, compared to what Tesla are doing, makes this car look sensational value. The thing I like most about it is not just the performance and the price, but it's some of the little detailed design touches. Let's have a look inside. Not allowed to touch anything in here, but there's a bit of fantasy as well, this floating centre console. But again, this interior is similar to that you'll see in future Jaguars. You've got the obligatory these days TFT screen replacing the main dials. You've got a large touch screen here and a smaller touch screen down here that's going to control some of these things as well. Even touch screens within these beautifully knurled ventilation controls. I mentioned a sense of humour. There's loads of little details, loads of little Jaguars. There's paw prints on these seats. There's Jaguar lozenge shape there, but my favourite bit in the glove box, not allowed to touch it and open it, but if you open the glove box, there's an imprint of a glove inside. The good thing about this car, I mentioned the cab forward design, is there's loads of space. More space in the back than you'll find in a BMW 7 Series. And when this goes on sale, it'll have a full 5-seat configuration and a decent sized boot at the back and a decent sized boot at the front, which you can call either a frunk for a front trunk if you're in the US, or a fruit for a front boot. So, my favourite car. I'm really looking forward to driving this. I love EVs, I love the performance, and this, I think, is going to be one of the best because it adds a bit of beauty to that performance too.
Welcome to the Mercedes stand here at the LA Motor Show and to the new Mercedes AMG E63. So what's new about this new four-door super saloon? Well, quite a lot actually. We'll start with the engine. Out goes the old 6.3 litre naturally aspirated V8 and in comes a new 4 litre twin turbo V8 engine, but you don't need to worry about that because that engine develops 603 brake horsepower. It's actually the most powerful E-Class Mercedes has ever made, and that's paired up to a new 9-speed automatic gearbox and 4-wheel drive for the very first time. the new E63 also comes with a new drift mode, but unlike the Focus RS, which has some clever torque vectoring technology, the drift mode is essentially just a rear-wheel drive system with the traction control turned off. So if you're into that sort of stuff, you can destroy the rear tyres. But come with me inside and we'll have a look in there. So based on the new E-Class, this new E63 carries over all of the best bits from the E-Class, but puts in some extra carbon fibre, aluminium and leather and all that sort of stuff. So you have these two beautiful 12.3-inch displays up front. The car's off, so unfortunately we can't really say anything. But the steering wheel is trimmed in Alcantara, you've got the paddles behind the wheel, and there's carbon fibre pretty much everywhere you look. So, looks the business. So when can you buy one? Well, at the beginning of next year, Mercedes will put the E63 on sale, and for this S version, prices are going to start from around £75,000.
This is the world debut of the all-new Mini Countryman here at the Los Angeles Motor Show 2016. Mini? Really? This is the biggest car Mini has ever made, and it sits inside somewhere between an Audi Q2 and a Q3, so well over 4 metres long. Just look at the size of the bonnet, that gives you an idea. Interesting thing in terms of design, there are some little sort of squared off edges, so this is a beefier as well as a bigger Mini. And roof rails to give it that SUV look. This is a proper SUV. You can get it with 4-wheel drive. This is the Cooper S version. It is just huge. We'll have a look in the back in a minute, but that was one of the criticisms of the old car, not enough space in it. So Mini have listened to customers and what they want, and there's lots more space inside. Let's see what I look like inside. Do you really want to see that? I'm a big bloke, clearly. And come on in. There is loads of space in here. Loads of knee room, loads of headroom. Feel a little bit reclined, but I'm sure I can put that seat forward. But yeah, this is a proper SUV with lots of space, which it didn't have before. And still a transmission tunnel in the middle there, so you're going to have to sit splayed-legged. But let's have a look and see what Mini has done in the boot. Another criticism of the old car, but now, look at that. A bit dark in there, but a proper boot with something hanging on the bottom there. No idea what that is, but obviously something that goes over there and protects the bumper. Look at that, that's really clever. Thoughtful touches and more storage under there too. Of course, you'd expect a price rise from a car that's grown in terms of size and probably equipment. You've got LED lights and all that sort of stuff, but the Mini Countryman, bigger than ever, but probably better than ever too.